Good evening, everybody. I'm Fictional Crystals, and Honerva is the new Altean Empress. In the Season 7 episode The Ruins, we found out some interesting things about Honerva and the Alteans. Honerva had abandoned her druids. Her final order to them was to kill the Blade of Marmora members. She did this for revenge. The Blade of Marmora had been working with Team Voltron. Keith and Crowlia are on Team Voltron. Keith's the leader of Team Voltron, and they are both Blade members. They ratted out her son Prince Lotor, leading him to getting stuck in the rift. Honerva told Lotor that she had no maternal feelings for him, but her own actions in the shows say she did love him and still does. She's paying Team Voltron back for what they did to her son. The other revelation in the episode The Ruins was that the former Altean colony is empty. Colovan sent some blades to go there. They found nothing. Putting two and two together, we can figure out that Honerva took the Alteans from the colony and then destroyed the simulation. Since the colony was a simulation, it was easy enough to destroy. As for where Honerva took the Alteans, the recently released Season 8 trailer from New York Comic Con gives us the answer. Honerva brought the colony Alteans to Oriande. Sorry, I can't actually show pictures of the NYCC trailer. NBC Universal is copyright claiming anybody who uses any footage from the VOD panel in their videos. It's never happened with the previous panels, so I'm not sure why they're doing it now. But unfortunately, there's not much I can do. Now, not all Alteans can make it into Oriande. Only a chosen few are lucky enough. Pran sadly wasn't. Meaning for all these Alteans to have gotten in, either Honerva had to leave some non-chosen Alteans behind, or she bypassed the system, which she did manage to do with Oriande before. She should have needed this stone to get past the statue guardians. Instead, she just used her magic. Honerva forging her own way into Oriande for the Alteans is the more likely option. A better question is, did the Alteans want to go in there or were they forced? Think about this. Voltron and Lotor went missing for years. No one in the universe knew where they were. Lotor abandoned the colony all that time. His ship stopped coming to visit them. That must have been worrying for them. The one Altean who knew of the outside world, who promised them salvation, just went away like that. He was a powerful leader. They didn't know what to do without him. Then one day, another Altean leader from outside the colony showed up. Honerva told them of what happened. She told them that Lotor and Voltron would never come to save them. They believed her and instead ended up following her. They went with her to Oriande willingly, explaining why they look so calm in Oriande in the trailer. Honerva selected her best Alteans to pilot the Comer mechas. The Voltron poster from this year's New York Comic Con shows us those Alteans. They're the two in different outfits from the rest. The Comer mecha pilot on the right is the one who attacked Voltron in Season 7. Honerva trained her in Oriande how to use her powers. She must have incredibly strong magical capabilities. She learnt techniques to use against Voltron from Honerva. She's been brainwashed to think that Voltron is the bad guy. The Alteans are doing Honerva's bidding, and they're quite excited to do so. They see her as their new ruler, an even higher authority than Lotor was. She took them to the better second colony that Lotor never did. I honestly think Oriande was supposed to be the second colony Lotor was going to take them to until all of this happened. I'll probably make a separate theory video on that another time. Anyway, Honerva graciously accepted the role of Altean Empress. In fact, Honerva might have told the Altean she was the Altean Empress. She might have told them that she was the true leader of Altean, not Allura. She has knowledge of the original Altea to back herself up. She has powers unlike any they have ever seen before, and she has a crown, the headpiece that goes with her new outfit as seen in the NYCC trailer. It mimics the headpiece Zarkon used to wear back when he was the Emperor of the Galra. This signifies that she is in charge, and the Alteans believed her. Honerva and Allura parallel each other. There was a direct parallel in the Season 8 trailer. Allura and Honerva were in the exact same position. The trailer faded from the shot of Honerva in the position to Allura in the position. The two of them are Altean alchemists. They were both around when Altea still was. They're both chosen Alteans. They both got alchemy knowledge from Oriande. They helped with work on the rift, with Galra Emperors by their side. They both fell in love with Galra Emperors. They're both royalty. It's the old trope of the hero and villain not being too different. They may have similar desires and goals, but the way they reach their goals are different. This is apparent with Honerva and Allura in Oriande. Honerva's willing to take and destroy for knowledge. She cheated her way through the guards, whereas Allura's willing to give and create for knowledge.
I give my own.
She got through the guards in a non-destructive way. It's as King Alfred said.
He told me that there are those with the power to destroy. and those with the power to create.
Princess Allura no longer holds any authority over the Alteans. She will be going after Honerva in Season 8. The Altean pilot will set her on Honerva's trail. Shiro could be a help to find Honerva too. He apparently has Krone's memories. And back in Omega Shield, Krone saw visions of Haggar and Oriande. When she reaches the Alteans and says she's the Altean princess, they're not going to immediately jump to her side. She still abandoned them for years. Not just the 3 years Voltron missed, but the thousands of years Allura was asleep. Not to mention, Allura has practically nothing to back up the fact that she really is the Altean princess. She lost her crown. That was what the point of this scene from Season 7 was. She took the crystal from her circlet and gave it to Shiro. That symbolized him taking over her role from Seasons 1 and 2. She used to be the pilot of the Castle of Lions. Now Shiro's the captain of the Atlas, which is the new castle. But Allura's circlet actually falling to the ground also symbolized something. That she's no longer the ruler of the Alteans. Not until she takes back the title from Honerva. She doesn't have her crown as proof of her title, and she doesn't have the original Castle of Lions anymore. So how will the Alteans learn to trust her? It could be a simple case of Honerva turning out to be absolutely awful. She ends up doing things that go against their wishes and kill some of them. Or Honerva and Allura have to fight for the crown. Another Allura versus Honerva fight is inevitable, but just killing Honerva won't get the Alteans to trust Allura. That'd basically be the equivalent of the barbaric Carouse era. Allura's better than getting her title back in that way. Although the show does like to draw connections between the Galra and Alteans not being too different. Both sides can be good and both sides can be bad. As I said earlier, Honerva and Allura have parallels, similar desires. Regardless, Allura isn't Honerva. Honerva will destroy to get her way, Allura won't.
This isn't the way.
In Allura's eyes, if she kills Honerva so easily, that make her as bad as, well, the bad guys. Allura's a life giver, not life taker. If Honerva dies, it probably won't be directly at the hands of Allura. In the end, it'd be her own doing, just like the road to her getting corrupted was.
Zarkon fell prey to his own evil instincts. The quintessence field didn't create them. It revealed them.
Although the Rift creatures or Lotor or something similar might be a part of her demise. Honerva was the Altean saviour. If Allura killed Honerva, the Alteans wouldn't exactly like her. Unless, of course, Honerva has already gone bad on them by this point. For them to accept Allura as their leader, Honerva needs to give her her crown. Their fight results in Honerva sacrificing her title. In Voltron Defender of the Universe, the show Legendary Defender is a reboot of, Allura helped Haggar unlock her good side, her old self. Haggar's old self helped Allura escape from the place evil Haggar trapped her in. These two different versions of Haggar from Defender of the Universe fit with Honerva and Haggar from Legendary Defender. The place Allura was stuck in 80s Voltron was a mindscape, kind of like the Astral Plane in Legendary Defender. In the NYCC Season 8 trailer, each of the paladins are fighting someone in the Astral Plane, the consciousness of their lions. It's very likely whatever each of them's fighting is Honerva's doing, and the Astral Plane fights aren't the only Astral Plane scenes in the trailer. Chances are in Legendary Defender, at some point Allura and Honerva are going to meet in the Astral Plane. Then something like what happened in 80s Voltron can happen again. In Legendary Defender, Haggar now looks like her old self Honerva, but bits of her Haggar mindset are still there. She's been trying and trying to regain her old memories. Allura will get her to see what she's done wrong. She'll appeal to Honerva's love for her son. She'll show her the chaos and dismay she caused to him and the rest of the universe. And in the end, Honerva will want to put things right for him. That means Allura taking back the role of Altean leader. Finally, there's one more thing I want to bring up if all of this doesn't make the Alteans trust that Allura was the original Altean leader. There is in fact some proof Allura has for her role, the crystal the Castle of Lions left behind. In the Season 8 trailer, several Alteans are gathered around it. They're on board the Atlas, meaning they must have at least put some trust in Team Voltron. Being on board the Atlas must give them some perspective on what Team Voltron is doing is right. And the more time the Mecha Altean spends with them, the more she'll realize they are right. Romel's been with them for a while, and she's from the colony. Romel and the Mecha Altean can vouch for Team Voltron, especially Allura. They know the colony Alteans. When the Alteans in the Atlas touch the castle's crystal, a beam of light shines out of it and their eyes glow. It seems like this light is related to two other things we saw in the trailer. From what I've been gathering, a lot of old things are returning in Season 8. The past is coming back. For instance, the Gladiator Robeast from Season 1. One of the things returning may include planet Altea itself. Honerva's finding ways to get back her memories. What if, by touching touching the castle's crystal, the Alteans get to see what the castle's been through, all that's happened inside of it. From its creation, to the paladins of old, to the new paladins, and to its destruction. All that the paladins have been through. All the bad that the Allura and Haggar have caused them. What Lothar did to them, and what they did to Lothar. Either way, Honerva's the new Altean Empress, and Allura needs to get her crown and her people back. Otherwise, they're headed on the same path the alternate reality Alteans were. But anyway, thanks for watching, and Rapidza.
You're no Empress of mine. And you're no Altean.